What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Ooh, hold on, half of my candles aren't on. How are we supposed to have a romantic time together without the candles on? I recently asked you guys what you want to see on my channel during this isolation situation where we're not getting too many new makeup releases, and the most resounding response that I got was palette bingo, which is interesting to me because I actually had palette bingo on a list of ideas for stuff I wanted to do on this channel anyway, and I thought that you guys wouldn't really be that into it. My was I wrong? Well, I mean, I guess we'll see how many people actually watch this video. If nobody does, then maybe I was right, but it seems like from the comments that you guys are very much into this idea. I believe the first person who started this idea was Emily Noel, but the person I watched recently who did this was Heather Morehouse. I will link both of their videos down below, and I'm going to model the way I do this video off of how I saw Heather do it because I liked the way she did it. I felt like it made sense. And when I was thinking about what palette would be a good palette to do this with, it came to me that the Norvina palettes are literally set up like a bingo card. So I wrote down each one of these shades on a little slip of paper. I put them in this big ass House of Lashes makeup bag, and I'm going to pick out 5, and then we'll swatch those 5, take a look at what we have in front of us, and then I have to make a makeup look out of those 5 shades, regardless of whether those shades make sense together or not. Something really interesting that Heather brought up in her video was this is a really good way to see how cohesive a palette actually is and like how the shades work together just by choosing them randomly. And I think that's a really interesting point because I always try to take that into account when I'm deciding whether I like a palette or not. And this is just like really putting that to the test. So in just a moment here, I'm gonna pick out 5 shades. But first, before we get into it, please don't forget to leave a like on this video. Let me know if you like seeing things like this. I could do this with I mean, literally any number of palettes. Like I have so many to do it from, infinite possibilities. As a matter of fact, if you have a specific one you'd like to see me play palette bingo with, leave that in the comments down below too. But if you're just the quiet type and you just want to let me know that you want to see more, just leave a like on this video so I know you're enjoying this. And if you're new around here, hi, hello, welcome. I don't know how you found this video first of all things, but stick around, it'll be a good time. Eventually, I'll have more 3 looks videos and collection reviews and all that good stuff, but for now, I think we're making the best of it, and I would like to have you be a part of that as well. I think that's all I need to explain before we get started. I don't even know. Maybe I missed something. I'm not used to filming videos like this, and I just like don't have the routine down, but we'll figure it out as we go along, I'm sure. Okay, so I have a slip of paper in here folded over representing each one of these shades in the Norvina palette. So let's pick 5 and see where the road takes us. Number 1 is D5, which is that shade right there. Swatch that on the back of my hand real quick. Hey, focus on my hand, camera, thanks. Starting off pretty plain. All right, number 2 is A1, which is that shade right there. Let's hope we get something a little darker and richer in here. That was the worst swatch of my life, by the way, but you know what? I'm doing what I can. Number 3 is A2. Son of a bitch. A2 is this orange shade right here. All right, okay, it's something. Color number 4, D3. Oh dear God. So that is D3. Good Lord, please cross your fingers that this next shade is something that brings this all together, because that so far, whew, please God, let this be one that makes sense. We have C4. C4. Okay, at least we got 1 dark matte shade. We only have 1 shimmer though, huh? Okay, you know what? That's okay. It's okay. As long as we have like 1 dark matte, I think we can make the whole thing come together. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. And this is what C4 looks like swatched. I'm the worst swatcher in the whole entire world, but With those together as a whole, we'll be able to do something. I'm drinking a quad shot of espresso out of a goblet. You know, I don't know why I don't drink it out of this thing all the time. I've done this before, and I just feel so, I feel regal as fuck. I think I have an idea of what we need to do. So to start with, we're gonna go into the shade A2, which is the orange shade that we drew. And I think I'm gonna use that through my crease, which might be a terrible mistake, but it's the closest thing to a crease shade, I think, except maybe the A1 like bright ass green. And then if we, no, it's not, that's not the way to go. We're going with the orange. So on my BH number 6, I'm gonna go right into the shade A2, this bright ass funky orange. I'm gonna start working that right through my crease. Hope that this comes together. I'm gonna start by packing that shade down, and then we'll like work it in there afterward, you know? And I'm gonna bring it down on the end of the lid and make it like a little bit roundish at the end. Trying not to like flick it out so much. I feel like sometimes flicking it out is like my default option. And like, it's fine because I like the way it looks, but also you gotta switch it up. You can't do the same thing all the damn time, you know? Well, I mean, we're playing palette bingo, so clearly we're not doing the same thing all the damn time, but alas. I'm gonna take a clean brush and blend the edge of that out, just soften it out and up toward the brow, out toward the side. You know how blending works. Why am I explaining this to you? Look at how my crazy eyebrow hairs get like pushed up if I blend over them. I didn't gel them yet, and that, my dear, was clearly a mistake. These shadows do blend so lovely though. The Norvina palettes are the shit. I'm actually excited that we get to go back and play with these right now because you know what? I was looking for an excuse anyway, to be quite frank. All right, so the next shade I'm gonna use is shade C4, which was the last one we pulled, which is this kind of plummy shade here. I'm gonna take that on a MAC 221S brush, tap a little bit of that off, and let's see about deepening up the crease in the outer corner with that. I'm gonna pack some of it down and then blend it out. I've noticed with these Norvina palettes that generally is a better way to use the mattes, and then using circular motions to just start blending that out into the orange. I'm gonna pick a little bit more of that orange shade A2 up on that same brush without cleaning it off in between. I'm gonna go like right in between the two of those, just like add that back in just to help them blend together. That's like the blending two colors together cheat code. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that orange on the BH number 6 and just bring a little bit more of that back onto like the edges. Make sure it's still popping on the end of the lid. Yes, this eye look is going to be enormous. It's gonna be all the way up to my eyebrow. It's gonna be like Mimi from Drew Carey, and you know what? Good. So I think for the third shade, I'm going to pick up D5, which was the, ooh, hello, focus on my little piece of paper. There we go. D5, which is that kind of creamsicle orange shimmer. And I think I'm gonna put that over the remainder of the lid. I got a little bit of that color from my crease all over the lid here, but I think it's gonna be okay. I think we can cover it up with this shimmer. I know you're thinking to yourself, hey Nicole, what the fuck you gonna do with those green shades? Your whole lid's covered. Guess what? I have a whole bottom of my eye to worry about that, my friend. So I'm gonna pick up D5 on a MAC 242S brush, and I'm going to wet it with a little bit of Fix Plus because I want it to be intense. Cheers. I'm gonna start where we have no shadow on the lid so far and just pack that on. Disperse that across the whole lid. We're gonna overlap it right onto some of that plummy red shade because you know what? I don't know what. I'm just doing. Was that a mistake? Maybe. I'm gonna take my BH number 7 and I'm gonna go back into the orange shade A2. I'm literally referring to my own hand. What do I want to use next? Orange? Okay. So I'm gonna take a little bit more of that orange and I'm gonna run that along the edge of that shimmer and do the same thing where it meets the deeper red on the outer corner. Okay, all right, that toned it down a touch. Get your shit together, eyeball. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit of D5 and spread that back out over. This time, a little softer and more dispersed so it doesn't look hunky chunky crazy. I don't hate that. I don't think I love it, but I don't hate it. Maybe I should have made this a cut crease. I was just trying to like not do the same thing as usual, you know? I don't want to like be like, okay, cut crease. Felt like a cop out, you know? When in doubt, just keep on blending. Just blend and blend and blend and blend and blend and blend. All right, I put down some concealer and powder. I went with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and the ABH powder today because I just felt like I needed it, man. Sometimes I just wake up like looking rougher than other days. So we need to use these greens, specifically D3 right here and A1 right here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this ColourPop pencil in the color Teaspoon, which is bright ass green. I'm gonna put that through my waterline. Was I supposed to choose my liners by playing some kind of a game too? Is this cheating? I don't know. I watched Heather's video this morning, but like, I don't know, I have like no attention span and like, I can't remember what she did for the rest of it, but I'm just winging it. And if I'm doing it wrong, whatever, yell at me in the comments, I don't care. So D3, this green right here, I'm gonna dip into there with a pencil brush. How in the name of all that is holy am I going to blend this into the red on the outer corner? I don't fucking know, man, but we're gonna make something work. So I'm gonna start on the outer half, sweep that right up underneath. That's okay, that's not that bad. Better than I was expecting it to be, so that's good. I think we might be able to make this work. I'm gonna bring that about 2/3 of the way underneath the eye, sweep it out underneath where we have that red. Why does that actually work? That actually looks okay. Oh, don't question it, Nicole. Just blend the edge and just keep on going, keep on rolling with it. Okay, and finally, the last piece of this puzzle is shade A1, which is this bright chartreuse here. And I think the best way to use this is going to be to slam my palette down on the counter and make immeasurable amounts of noise for you guys, but also to pack it in to the inner corner as like a bright matte inner corner highlight. Let's see. Pack it in. Pack it. Ooh. Okay. All right. This will work. That might not work. We have to figure out how to blend that. Maybe we'll use some more of the orange because this is kind of like a yellowy green, so it might like bridge the gap between the yellowy green and the red. Okay, we're gonna find out. We're just gonna keep packing for now. Pack, pack, pack. A little bit more of the orange, A2, on this BH number 7 again. We could blend those together if we're careful. Huh? Did we do it? I don't know anymore. All right, let's add some lashes and finish my skin and see how this look comes together, because sometimes when you throw lashes on, it's like when you see the truth, you know? So be right back. All right, I finished up my skin. I am wearing, I think these are House of Lashes Iconic Light. I have like a pile of eyelashes over here that are no longer in their boxes. And usually I can keep track of what they are, but every now and then I pick up a pair and I'm like, the fuck are these again? But to continue this look, to finish it up, we do indeed need to add a lip because, I mean, what I'm just gonna walk around with naked lips? I don't think so. What am I out of my mind? I'm gonna go ahead and finally wipe these swatches off the back of my hand since we're done with the eyes. I don't think I need them for reference anymore. I actually, if I'm being honest, kind of really like this eye look. I don't hate it at all. I think considering we did really well, and I think the reason that we did really well is because the Norvina palettes are pretty cohesive. Like, this color story makes sense. The only thing that would have really screwed us up if we hadn't gotten at least one matte shade that was a little bit on the deeper side, that could have like really made things really washed out. But we lucked out on that, and everything else just kind of came together deliciously. I'm gonna grab the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the color Bumble and the NABLA Creamy Dreamy Lipstick in the color Adam's Dream. These are like this shade, I don't know what to describe it as. You decide for yourself. What would you call these shades? I guess they're kind of like a mauvey nude, but I feel like they're a little bit of the right undertone to go with this while also being still in the neutral family, so we can keep the focus on these colorful eyes. And this is the finished palette bingo look. So that, first of all, I actually really like the way this makeup looks. I'm not upset to wear it for the rest of the day. I'm not super surprised because I love this palette. This is one of my favorite palettes. So for the fact that like the colors still appeal to me, not super surprising. We did get a little bit lucky with the colors that we chose, because imagine if we had just gotten 5 shimmers, this would have been a shit show. Thinking about it, I definitely would rather get 5 mattes than 5 shimmers. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you could do a lot more. Shimmers are just like the frosting on a cake, and like mattes are really the base of where a look is built. Let me know if you agree down in the comments, but I like the way this challenge is making me think differently about makeup. You know what I mean? Leave a comment down below. Let me know, do you have any ideas for other palettes I should do palette bingo with? Maybe something a little bit more challenging that's not as cohesive. If you have any ideas, let me know. Or if you have any other ideas about like fun little lighthearted videos that we can do here on this channel, love to hear those as well. Don't forget to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it, so I know to make more. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here, because I would love to have you around for more videos. If you want to keep up with me between videos, which is like kind of the best way to keep up with me in general right now, because I have been keeping my stories up to date very often because I'm bored and I don't have anything else to do. Come find me over on Instagram. I'm at Miss Quinface over there. I would love to have you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I experiment with this palette in a different way. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm always super grateful that you guys choose to come here and hang out with me for a little bit and talk about makeup. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next one.